So I often do this, so this little intro is way longer than normal, but I am pretty pumped. I got 4 foils a day from the tournament. The other foil is in my deck. I put it in my deck as soon as I got it. I pulled a pain and swapped it for a Hinata. So we got that. So this is a deck profile. Red, blue, Agro's pretty strong, pretty powerful. The main cards of the deck are Hinata, Hyuga, and Mizuki. We'll get into this bad boy now. So getting into the one drops, we play 3 of the Sakura Haruno. She's a very powerful removal card, and her Guardian ability is very powerful. Allows you to kill stuff that attacks into it, like something with recovery. Chocho's really amazing. It's the only vanilla that's even reasonable to run. It's a 1 drop, does 1 damage, and it allows you to chrono lock your opponent, which is dope. Continue the deck profile. Our defensive 2 drops, 2 Kibas. If it dies or it's in a Guardian, +1 to your turn. Shugetsu is a really strong card, allows you to block and cycle your hand, and Chino allows you to protect your stuff from removal. You are running aggro, but the Chinos do allow you to pressure, and it's also 2 drop, so you can really go into your EX cards. Sometimes you're scared that, oh crap, they're going to remove my stuff. Well, they have to start Chino first, which is awesome. Getting to aggressive 2 drops, we have Sakura Haruno. She is a 2 drop that when she swings, she becomes a 4 power, which is nice because it allows her to survive. And it's always good to have your creature survive. Run 3 of just so you can play low drops in the deck and really put pressure on. And OG is really strong because when it dies, you basically draw a card, so you can sacrifice it for an EX, or you can swing, deal damage, and draw a card, which is dope. Plus, as an EX, they both draw a card, which is really helpful. Next is Sai, very strong card. It has recovery, which means when it attacks, it does not die by battle. Also, as a Guardian, it bounces back, which is pretty dope. Mitsuki, one of the main reasons why I built the deck is this card right here. It's a 2 drop with haste. Allows you to strike in, and then with the Hinata card, which is very powerful, allows you to bounce a creature back from your board and draw 2. Which people say, oh, why would I do that? Well, it allows you to recast EX cards or really put pressure down, and it refills your hand a little bit. So I do like this card a lot. It's supposed to do the hand. This card was at 2 originally, but because cards like Mitsuki often die, like I only need 2 of it. I really only see 1 of this card, and only running 1 means you probably won't see it. So definitely powerful. This is the main package right there. Huge only 3 drops to run of the deck. We run Sarada, very powerful, one of the best cards in the game in my opinion for red. It's a 3 drop that you discard 1, and draw an EX, so it's ultimately neg 1, but it pushes so much pressure on your opponent. It does 2 damage and it has recovery, so they need spot removal for this thing, or it just stays there. And with the Chinos on board, it really protects it. Run 2 Sasuke Uchihas. It's really strong because you summon it. You get an EX, so you can most likely summon that EX. And when he dies, you draw the top card of your deck, which is pretty dope if it's a creature. And when it's destroyed by Guardian, it goes to your hand, which isn't that amazing. So it's like, I'd rather just draw a different card, but whatever. Saraki Uchiha, run this card at 2 because she's only good against Sentinels. Some people run this card at 3. I don't see a reason to. Unless you know your people and you're playing against are going to be running Krypton Sentinels, just mainboarding like 2 of them, 3 of them just seems really unnecessary. If you don't really know what people are running, then I would just keep it at 2. But if you know, hey, people love green in your area, run Sakura Uchiha at 3. I actually sideboard the 3rd one. But she's strong because she's a 4 drop that doesn't die after battle when attacking, and she kills Sentinels on the Guardian and Summon, so it's pretty good. So here's the 5 drop. You run 2 Sonates because she's a 5 drop 4 power, which 4 power is kind of weak, but she allows you to blow something up. And her ability for Guardian is draw an EX card. Kronko is really strong because it allows your weenies to survive, because when they attack, they all gain 2 power. And when you summon this, you can rest mount something, so it allows you to kill pesky cards like Naruto. And then Rock Lee, it's a very powerful 5 drop. I love all the 5 drops for blue because they'll have solid power. They all have solid guardians, so this one gains a +1 guardian. But his main reason why we play him is a +1 to your turn, because your opponent's going to try to lock that out. So if you can keep a Rock Lee on board, if your opponent tries to keep you putting at 1, you're always going to be at 2, which is nice. Plus, he's a 5, so he's really hard to get rid of. So finish off our 6 drops. We run 3 Sais. It's a power's on the decent side for a 6, but it allows you to bounce something back. It's instant removal of something, which is pretty dope. And his Guardian also removes something as well, which is very helpful. Runs at 3. You can run it at 2, but I definitely recommend this card at 3. It is really good. Our 2 Orochimarus. This card is really good because it has haste and does 2 damage, and it's a 7 on strike. You discard a card and get a guaranteed EX. So if he survives the attack, you can potentially push about 3 to 4 damage, which is really amazing. Also, his Guardian abilities when he's destroyed by when the creature is equal to or stronger than it, he bounces something back. Which actually would suck to happen to one of my opponents I went against game 3. Game 3 is like slowly pushing towards my side, but he was making a comeback. He killed my Orochimaru. So I killed his Orochimaru and killed my creature, but the only creature left on the board was one of his, so I ended up bouncing one of his dudes back, which really cemented in the victory for me. Because without the extra card on board, it meant that he had no way to EX and push for more damage, so it really helped out a lot. It's also happened to somebody else as well. The add effect has never backfired on me before, but it can potentially backfire on you, so user beware. Into our EX charge, you run 6. You run 1 Gamagora, 1 Garaga, and then 1 Nine-Tailed Four Tails. The only one I didn't like out of the entire time was Gamagora. Playtesting with the card, I wasn't super sure about it. It's a strong card, I like it overall, but in this deck it doesn't help, because every time I would get it, I would need a haste striker, and honestly it cost me one of my game 1s, just because if it was anything else, I could have pushed more damage and possibly won. Because my game round 3 against Ezekiel, I misplayed a little bit because I was like, it was too aggressive, and it ended up costing me. And then game 2, I drew nothing but high drops, which is crazy because you saw the deck, not many high drops. But Gamagora, definitely gonna take him out. I like his effect a lot, but in this deck, it's just I need hasters for my EX, and he just doesn't do that. Yeah, he's a draw 3, but my hand is never really that small anyways, because I have so build up of cards in my hand. Because I run things like Yamato and I run things like the Hinata, it's just I'm definitely gonna cut him. I like the idea of the card in other decks, just not this deck. But yeah, the Garaga is really strong because it's a 3 cost that possibly does 2 damage and gets you an EX back. And then the Nine-Tails Cloak, really powerful because it can run through any Sentinel and to draw 1 too, so he replaces himself with an actual card, not just EX, so that's always very helpful. So it's a 9 striker. Also with Conqueror on the board, he can be an 11 striker, which means he's going to survive that Sentinel, which is dope. Going into my blue ones, I love Gamabunta. I think it's a super powerful blue EX card. It's a 4-drop with Sentinel, 4 power, double damage, draw 1. It's really powerful. Gamagishi's really strong because you run a lot of small stuff. So you play him, combo with Heracles, and it's over. Do that a lot. Sasuke, Uchiha actually didn't come into play that much. I only drew him, I think, 1 time. Even though I do cycle a lot of EX cards, I only drew him once, and didn't really help me at all because I had so much in my hand anyways. So I'll probably end up keeping him just because he's strong. I end up putting him smaller stuff, but I love all the EX cards, but that 2-drop red toad, so just cut that bad boy out for another striker for red or green, blue. Finishing off this deck profile, there is 2 Might Guys. I sideboarded 2 of him just in case my opponent plays a lot of big stuff. I want to be able to kill it, and he's perfect for that. And he does a lot of damage, and as a Guardian, he's going to kill whatever attacks him. 2 Sasuke's, because I think this card's incredible. It's a 7-drop that draws 2 cards, Protector, and does 2 damage. Very hard card to remove. I end up losing game 2 to Fuji just because he had Sasuke and Shino on board, which basically prevented me from even touching his board with effects that would help me out. Another Orochimaru, if your opponent plays a lot of big stuff as well. He's just a strong card as a Guardian. Also, those 2 Sakuras that you run, you're dropping 2 of her out, no matter against any non-green players. So just Orochimaru is solid to put in for that. Another Tsunade, if your opponent plays a lot of mid-rangey stuff, you want to get rid of, like purple, very strong against purple. Throw her in, you remove the Kukuzu or things like that, so they don't really go off on you, and you're removing 2 cards anyways. Another Sasuke. Probably don't keep him in sideboard. Honestly, I'm thinking about actually mainboarding or siding maybe more protector stuff, things like that. But Sasuke's a solid card, but I didn't really need him when I sideboarded him in. And then another Sakura in case you go against green, just because you want that Sentinel removal. You want to make sure when they play Boruto, you really cut into their 9 power they sent you. Well, there's a deck profile, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you enjoy. So first shout out to Justin Fang, get me this 6 foils, beautiful. They actually got here today, so I could have used them in the tournament, which I didn't, so I'm kind of sad about that, but beautiful, came here pretty fast, +1. Next is Joe Rodriguez. Hopefully I said that correctly. These two bad boys also came today. Super beautiful, super awesome. So the mega shout out is to Hanson Taravella. I hope I said that correctly. It came in this beautiful deck box. Super awesome, super dope. Here's the first set of foils. Super beautiful, super awesome. Look how beautiful the things are. Just gonna go around a little bit. +1 on this. It's like a mega +5. Probably thinking I'm done, but nope, definitely not done. Even more beautiful foils. Look at that. If you thought we were done with the foils, we are not. We got a huge order for him. Super dope. There we go, we're almost done. Look how beautiful those things are. Look at the shininess. Super beautiful. Super awesome. And the final shiny. Dope.